Okay, we are back. I just did some work. I'm doing some other videos from previous parts, and I went and what you saw in the few sections before this, I didn't have the camera turned on. I must have pushed the button off, and there's a couple sections I didn't do any filming at all. So I just want to kind of go over what I've done so far. Base of the dirt is muddy brown, then with a highlight of dark bark, and then the third highlight, and probably not the final, and that is Miniature Earth. Love that color. It gives you that dusty, dry, flat look. And then the runway itself, right there, besides the black primer, then we're running some charred stone on top of it. And that's a good start on that. It's going to be lighter. If you look at a runway, that's usually, like I said in previous parts, it's concrete. It's not asphalt. But I'm going to have like asphalt sides, and then I'm really going to do something with this. This is supposed to be a crater, and it's too wet. I'm going to see if I can lighten it up a little bit, and then do some scorch marks and see if that kind of gives it that crater look. So I'll be back in a second, and we'll go from there. Thanks. Okay, we're back to try to get in this crater going. I'm kind of learning as we're going to. I'm putting the mid-tone in, and that is what the hell did I just use? Oh, here it is. This is bark. I'm going back into the bark, and we're gonna darken all this, and I think we're gonna have to go with some black. Because that desert color, that's gonna be the highlight. We can maybe put that on the edges to make this an older looking and while we're doing it, we can kind of play with the colors on the earth, kind of get some blending going. Like you can see some blending where I kind of have so bring some of that really dark pivoting, or the not the pivots, like the pits that I have in there. Okay, we're kind of bringing this back up nice, because this is not supposed to be all dry. And then I'm going to mix some black up. I'm going to run this out real quick. There's barely any paint there. It's going forever. There, we're good. So yeah, rinse this out. There, we got that. I'll be back in a second. I'm going to mix up some black, and then we're see if we can make that scorch kind of look I'm trying to look for. And then I might have to go back on that too. Damn, I'm thinking about, you know what? Let me come back to this right now. So we'll be back in a second, and then we're going to start more of the pavement, because if we're going to scorch, some of it gets scorched out from the explosion, I don't have to go back over it again. That would be ridiculous. So see how we go. Okay, we are back. Now I'm going to start highlighting the runway and getting it up to its final color. And this is concrete slab. Perfect color. Perfect name for the color that I need. And I have this mounted on a piece of cardboard with some tacked, so I have a little more control of the item, because it's a bigger item, obviously. And I want to kind of, I don't know how far I want to highlight it, just maybe the edges. Like get in like this. I think this might be the trick. And then just get it nice and opaque towards the end here. Then like start here, then just trying to add interest to the base and catch the viewer's eye, I guess. I think that's what we're getting right for kind of what I'm going for right now. And let's see here, what's to do. I get it a more opaque. Try to get these all to go the right direction. Remember, we're using thin coats of paint so we can always go back. We don't have to repaint anything. Remember, start on the back and kind of get in there a little closer. Then opaque towards the front end. I think that's going to be the trick to give it that nice cool gradient. See right here we need to. And we lost something about these Pache brushes. They're easy to fix with this adjusting the needle in and out real quick, but they clog very easily for some reason. I think it's the taper of the needle that is just so easy to get the pigment underneath it. But that little adjustment of the needle like that, and we're good. It's good to go right there. So then we'll start the thing on this back end here, and increase the opacity of the paint towards the front end, so you get a nice blend with an airbrush. And you people that blend with a regular paintbrush know that's a pain in the ass. Good skill to have, though. On that last project I did with the non-metallic metals, it really forced me to learn to see that. We're going to start. This area will be the scorched area when we're done. Oh, I'm losing that paint again. It's getting clogged. So basically, I left the back of the thing off. Take it off, put it back in. Maybe a little more air through. And then let's see on this section here, lightly, then you can start coming in. Well, you see what I'm doing right now? I actually stopped talking. I'm concentrating right now. You're getting the idea what the effect I'm going for. So when you look face forward, you're going to get a lot of almost like a tiling effect, because it is basically tile now with it broken up with the alligatoring. And I think that'll add a lot of interest. Then we're going to be doing almost a black and a white runway marking. It'll be like a couple blocks and then partial number. I don't know what the number's going to be. But if you ever look at runways, they have like these blocks to mark the ends, and that'll be all. I think be on a kind of a custom stencil, and then sponge it on, and so it'll be very broken up, so it'll look like it's old, and plus busted up with the effect of the bomb that went off. So we'll be back and show what this looks like when we're done. Thanks. Okay, we are back. As you can see, I got the pavement all highlighted. I'm still not sure if I'm happy with it. Now I'm going to try to get these scorch marks in, and let's see if we can. Kind of like a dagger stroke, I think these are called. This is very experimental what I'm doing right now, so. But also I can take all this lighter color out too, doing the same thing. trying to get these dagger. I can go in. There we go. You go in and so it's kind of like a, God, I wish I practiced these more. You see those basic airbrushing skills. The dagger stroke is one of the basic strokes, and it's mostly for t-shirt painting and you know, big artwork, which I don't do a lot of. So try not to smash the needle. I think that's kind of getting what I want. It's getting that dark. I'll have to come back and lighten this over here a little bit. Kind of this edge. I want to blacken this out anyways. Here, I think that's better. It looks more like it's burnt. Let's see if I can. I got it slower, that's it. There, slow it down. Oh, I'm off camera, sorry guys. So slow it down and come in. So it looks more scorched. I don't know if it's perfect or not. We might have to go back and repaint it, but I think that's what we're going to go with it right now. And I might have to go and re-highlight some of this again with the lighter color. And while we're with the black on here, then we can get this though. I want to get this all blacked out on this back side. Kind of blend it in. Am I getting black? Yeah. So I'm going to finish coloring this back side and kind of blend it in, so like this is looks like no man's land back here, and not, it shouldn't have a color because it's not where it's supposed to be viewed from. God, it feels like I'm not getting paint out of this, but it's painting great. I keep forgetting this is not this is. So we'll be back in a second. Thanks.